Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm going to be showing you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So the first step, I'm just going to go over the 7 steps right now. So the first step is to make a cross. So a cross would look like that. So the cross is basically just 4 edges around a center. And I'll get to like the more basic stuff later. But the second step is to solve one side. So you already have the cross done. You're basically getting the corners in, because there is a difference between edges and corners. I will get to that in the next video. I'm just going over the steps and showing you the basics. That's something like that. So the third step is after you have the white side solved. Or you could start on any side, but for this example, just the white side. So you have the white side solved, so what difference is here? Well, if you turn it over, you notice that the second layer is solved. Previously, the second layer was not solved, like the middle layer. But then, over here, it is solved. And then after that, the next step after that, is to solve the top cross. So it's basically like the bottom. In this case, you're doing it with the, you're trying to do it with the yellow. See, the bottom is solved. You basically make this cross the same way, except if you do it the same way, you're gonna ruin it. So you use an algorithm. I'll get to that. And then after that, the step after that is that you have to solve the top side. Or really, just the corners, because after all, you already have the edges solved. So if you solve these 4 corners, then you have the top side solved. Actually, wait, sorry. You're actually supposed to have the top. You're supposed to have the yellow. I meant to do yellow because all the other ones were like that. Sorry. Anyway, moving on to the next step, you want to get the corners permutated. So you might be wondering, what do you mean by corners permutated? The answer to that means that you want to get it so that it would look something like this, where all the corners are solved. So that means that if it were 2 by 2, this is kind of confusing, then all the corners would be solved, because there are only 8 corners here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're all solved. That's what you want. I'll explain more of that later, because it takes a lot more explaining. And then after that, the last step is basically to solve the edges. So I'm going to show you it right now. So you have to solve the edges. So of course the last step looks, after it's done, is a solved position. But really, it should look something like this, where the edges are swapped, and that you use an algorithm to solve it. So to conclude this, the steps are the cross, and then solving one side, solving the middle layer, as you can see there, and then solving the top cross. Ignore the corners, these 2, and after that, permute the corners. Actually no, orient the corners like that. Sorry, permute the corners and solve the edges. Permute them. So that's part 1 of this. Again, I said that I'm going to be explaining the cross, so I'll get to that right now. So, the first part about making a cross. Well, first I have to go over the basics. So the basics are that each edge has 2 colors. Like for example, this edge over here has green and red on it. So that means that it belongs here, between the red center and the green center, because these line up. Same goes with the corners. So let's say at this corner, it just happened to be the white, red, green corner. These 2 greens line up, and these 2 reds line up. These 2 whites line up. So that's the corners. And then, like I said, the opposite colors, well, it's always like that. And if green were facing down, red would be to the left of yellow. So I could do a bunch of middle turns, but no matter what, green is facing down, red is to the left of yellow, yellow and white are opposite, red and orange, and yellow and white. Oh yeah, and green and blue. So that's the part 1. And or just one last thing to cover, the cross, of course. So only look at the edges for the cross. One good thing to do is to get all of the edges that have white on it to the top. Now this white is supposed to be facing up over here in order for it to be like the way you want, but it's really no problem. So now this one goes down here just as flipped. Don't worry about that. And then after that, this one could just go down here. This one could go down here, and then after this one could go down here. So what do you do with this flipped edge over here? What you do is that you have to use an algorithm to solve it. The algorithm will be revealed in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye.